Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and I'm horribly ill-prepared for today's live stream. But we're going to be working with some polymer clay, I think. I'm getting an early head start on next month's Patreon craft crates. So let me get my hair tied up out of the way. Hey Erin, how's it going? Because the last thing you want is to get hair in your polymer clay. Hey Kate, hey Brandy, hey Poland, hey Yvonne. Actually, I think I'm just going to do a braid today. Oh, okay, so also, happy summer solstice, everybody. Nancy says, I was just watching your monster vlog. Right on. Hey Jennifer. Um, to celebrate the summer solstice, I went outside and did yoga in my favorite swimsuit, and then laid in the sun and lost track of time. So, Brandy asks, where's a good place to ask you a question about the craft crates? Patreon or email? Whichever you prefer, Brandy. Um, I've been really bad. Like, it's when people are like, oh, is there anything you can't do? And I'm like, answer my messages in a timely manner. That is the biggest thing I have a problem with. So, if you've sent me a message and I haven't gotten to it, uh, like I haven't replied in like a day or two, go ahead and resend it and be like, hey, friendly reminder for you to do your job, Vaughn. Um, so, sorry, I think I got sunburned while I was outside. So I'm like super warm right now. Let me get caught up on messages. Hey, amused. So sorry for sending you the. Oh no, Tammy, it's okay. Like, yeah, Randy, I didn't tell you. On Facebook, Tammy had commented about how we were watching SG1. Mm-hmm. Total spoilers. Oh. Yeah, which I mean, I guess the way I presented it seemed like I had watched it before, but I'd never gotten past like season 3 because it was, whenever it was airing, it was in a time before streaming, so I wasn't able to just like chain it the way a person should, I guess. Wow, YouTube actually sent a notification. Right on, Jessica.
What have you done to appease the YouTube
Right?
gods that they notify?
Love the hat you had on in your monster vlog. Right? That's my favorite hat. We found it at a truck stop. I'd like to get like 2 more because I know that this one's not going to last forever. Thanks, Sparkies. Yay, outside yoga. Was it yoga with doggo this time? No, Aaron, it was actually yoga with chickens. And they kept biting my toes. And I've come to terms with that. I am going to have to get a tan because my cameras keep reacting with like overexposure and make me be like a white glowing person. Summer solstice, it's the longest day of the year. All of the days after this one will be shorter until the autumn equinox, whenever night and day are the same length, until the winter solstice, when the night's the longest. You begin at 3 and not 2? It's 2 o'clock my time, or at least that's what the phone says. Uh, I just watched the episode last night for the first time. Oh gosh, Tammy. Hey Karen, the struggle of when it's Vaughn time and the earphones are in one big knot. Oh no, Abigail. Oh, I love SG1. It's a dirty pleasure. Your lovely engraved mugs. Is there a way to keep your signature from coming off the base? I tried sealing them with resin and it wouldn't stick. It's like, I don't know. Like the resin kept just peeling off. And I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I think next time I'm going to take like an engraver and engrave the base. If, I don't know, we'll have to see. I can't make any promises because we're also having a lot of problems with, I tried clear nail polish. I tried Mod Podge. I was going to use the Mod Podge that's dishwasher safe, but it has to cure for 28 days before, I'm sorry, I just read a message. What? It makes you wait 28 days for it to cure before using or washing it. And I'm like, no, I can't wait 28 days, so maybe try the Mod Podge. Bernie says, Vaughn, did you see my post on your Facebook? I have not. About Facebook letting people charge to be members of groups.
Say what?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that, and I haven't seen your post yet. I actually try to stay off Facebook as much as possible. Anytime you guys see me post on there, that's actually me posting through Instagram. And I know that Facebook owns Instagram, but I very much prefer, like, the format of Instagram. I'm a visual person, so I'm like, show me those pictures. I've got my snack. I still haven't eaten. I had a little bit of yogurt, but that's all I've had to eat today. So I'm like, I gotta get my calories and me. Sherry, if you're in the U.S., Amazon is amazing for the glass cabochons for the dragon eyes. But then also, if you're basically anywhere, AliExpress also is really great. They've got a lot of the same manufacturers that I purchase from on Amazon are from AliExpress. So I just like Amazon because it's absolutely genuine. I'm part of a group that is run by Facebook, and we trial beta things for Facebook. Right on. I'd rather not give Facebook money if I can help it. So Mary says, I became a Patreon, but when do I get access to the Patreon tutorials? I need to post a link for the templates and stuff, but I don't have any tutorials that are Patreon exclusive.
Which tier is she?
If you're a $10 or more tier, you get access to the digital download content, and $20 or more gets the craft crates. But sometimes if I'm able to get a video uploaded early enough, I will post it to the group, or to the Patreon for the $10 and up tiers. That way they can see it early, but all of my tutorials end up being free here on YouTube. So, hey Sarah, hey Carol. Oh, Carol, I'm glowing because I just spent like 20 minutes laying out in the sun. My friend called me, and I got sidetracked. So instead of spending 8 minutes laying in the sun, I spent 20 laying in the sun. So, okay. I want to show you guys some cabs. I'll be right back. So I've just had a hankering to, your live stream stopped my polymer clay spending spree. My bank account thanks you. Oh, Abigail. That's relatable though. I have been experimenting with these beautiful Jacquard Lumiere Halo paints that were sent to me very generously by Judy. I've been experimenting with them on unbaked clay because I wanted to see how they did through the baking process, and they've held up wonderfully. And so I'm going to be going through and doming these with resin, but I wanted to do a little bit of experimentation live with you guys today. Sunscreen or at least tanning stuff, please. My father-in-law is dealing with skin cancer after years of working. Yeah, no, it's always, I've got a spray SPF 100 that I use when I'm going to be like outside working, and then I have a spray SPF 30 that I use for whenever I'm like, let's get some sun. Like, that way, you know, I need to build up a little bit of a resilience. And I like the way I look with just a touch of color. But, and then always, like, I've got my big old hat on and stuff. But yeah, I really liked, this was on the translucent clay. My Kato translucent didn't really bake down to be translucent. I need to check. I think I got the translucent white. Might be, but I threw the label away, and this is all I have left. So, we'll have to see with that. But some alcohol inks, mini surfboards, kind of. This is a really easy shape to, hey Lara, this is a really easy shape to wire wrap, so that's why I have a lot like this, and it's very flattering, I think, for necklaces or for earrings. But I've actually been going through and just bending up some of my own, throwing them on the ground. I had duplicates of some round and square cutters, so I took them and I bent them, because I'm not going to lie, I got on Jessima's tutorial, Jessima Creations is or Jessima Designs, her Etsy page, and I am lusting after her cutter collections. I'm like, ooh, because she 3D prints them, I'm pretty sure, and they're just beautiful, and I'm like, I need those so bad, because I'm so tired of, on these ones where that little metal joint is, it leaves a little thing on all the, and so I have to like pet that out. First world problems. I've been complaining a lot of first world problems today. Playing Kingdom Hearts while I watch this. Are you excited about the new one coming out, Sarah? So that's just a nice little one. Some more of that translucent white with the jacquard paints. This one's probably one of my favorites. That came out really interesting with a little Celtic knot. You have red hair. Don't you just burn up in the sun? Yes, but I do still tan a little bit. I get the redhead from my mom's side, but I also take a lot after my dad, who apparently had a little bit of Polish thrown into the mix. And so I brown up pretty nicely. Sometimes. At least as a kid. When I was a kid, I was tan, like, all the time. But I lived at the nudist camp and, like, ran around naked in nature every day for 3 years. So even a sunburn develops into a tan at some point. Sherry says, y'all, you're so creative. Thank you for showing us commoners how it's... No, don't be that way. Y'all inspire me to do this stuff. And I learn a lot from other people and all kinds of stuff. So it's like, I'm just good at talking. Nonstop. Redhead and sun is kryptonite. And it typically is. But once I build up a little bit of a base tan, I don't know. And I always look so white, too. Like... I have 2 colors, red or white, or blue when you're cold. Patriotic. So let me grab this clay. So this is one that is unpainted that I've gone ahead, or unbaked, that I had paid. Just in my tutorials. I love her stuff. Hey, Jenny. But look at the way that those colors do that. Oh my gosh. I can't remember the name of the lady who I watched who was showing how to do this, but she was doing it on baked clay. And so I really wanted to see how it worked on unbaked clay because I really wanted to be able to blend these colors in to make like a marbling effect. I don't know. This is for science. Right? A little bit. And of course I was gonna clean off my work surfaces. That didn't happen. Oh, Abigail says it's okay. Spending 14 weeks in here means I look like an anemic vampire too. Yeah. Oh, also, I don't know if I announced this yet, like, it won't be coming out until my next week's monster vlog, but I'm down 8 pounds, you guys, in 3 weeks. Please go subscribe to my monster vlog, shameless plug. Amused, is there any way you could show me how to make a sun-kissed soda charm? No one has any on YouTube. I'm not certain. I haven't done anything like that before. Thanks, guys. I'm super excited, and I am convinced that it's because of y'all's help keeping me on track over on my vlog. So, oh, Sherry's down 11 pounds. That's fantastic, you guys. And I keep being reminded, and I have to keep reminding myself that it's not all about the scale, but it is nice to see results somewhere. So, Shay says, I have random gemstones. Do you know the easiest way for me to identify them? Searching for the color, like, the first things that you're going to want to look at are, if it's a green stone. Google green gemstone and cabochon. And that way you can see what they look like polished up. Because sometimes some bloodstone can look a lot like mouse agate, depending on, you know, the quality and whether it's polished or whether it's rough. And so once you identify the color, look at, is it opaque or is it translucent? And that will help you diverge again into, it might be a green type of agate, it might be like a kind of an aqua-y colored fluorite or aquamarine. If it's opaque, it might be bloodstone, it might be a lower quality jade, it might be if it has like banding and like patterns in it, it might be malachite. There's so many different ways. But just start Googling is the best thing I can recommend. Or if you send me a picture, email me a picture of it, and I'll see if I can help. So do what?
If you want the slow answer.
Yeah, if you want the slow answer, send me an email. Doing your own research might be faster though. Oh no. Quantitative results are nice. Yes, they are, Lara. Also, Lara, after taking a 2-week break from going on walks because work got super busy and it was like super hot outside, Randy and I walked 2 miles last night. Yay! Mostly sweating. I hear ya, Ida. If you want to diet, admit yourself to an NHS hospital. The food is so bad that you lose weight just looking at it. Ugh. No, I'm actually, I don't want to say that I'm on a diet. I'm modifying my lifestyle. I am measuring portions. I am keeping track of calories. But that's because you can't manage what you don't measure. And clearly what I had been doing was not getting me the results I was looking for. Candace says, I eat like crap and don't exercise. I have to get with your program. Fancy that, Candace. Me too. So, but no, it's just meal prepping has been the biggest thing because I'm treating it like a budget. And that's the meal prep came from we were budgeting. And I was like, we have to get a handle on how much money we're spending on food because we were eating so much fast food. We felt like we were eating our paychecks. And we were on the road all the time. And it's like every excuse got turned into an obstacle that we're like, can that excuse and figure out a way through it. So it's, well, but we're on the road all the time. Then it's like, we'll figure out healthier options or take the extra 5 minutes to, or 2 hours if it's a Walmart, to go to the store and pick up something instead of just eating fast food. So it's, I'm looking for a sustainable lifestyle change because I'm convinced that diets don't work, not in the context of the temporary sense of them. It's, you gotta tweak a bit, you know. Check Google Images, you should get some kind of idea from a photo shoot. Right on. Estelle got my mug and I love the picture. I'm so glad. I hope it arrived safely. I'm gonna have to have some words with the USPS because we've had reported quite a few mugs breaking. If your mug breaks, please let me know. I've had a lot of you be like, it broke, but, well, like, I don't know, like 2 mugs have broken so far. That's way more than what I wanted to break, but 2 of you have notified me. If more of your mugs have broken, please let me know. Even if you're not looking for a replacement, I'm still going to send you a replacement. Just deal with it. But send me a picture of the mug being broken. That way I can take this and use it as, it's going to help whenever it comes tax time to be like, no, these were, we had to resend that twice. It's just for our records. So like, don't be nice and say that it didn't break if it actually broke. Like, please. Oh, excellent. My mug came yesterday. It is gorgeous and you packed it really well. Yay. It seems like only the ones where there were more than one in the package and the box got crushed. So Lisa says mine arrived just fine. Excellent. If you wrap the mug with cardboard before bubble wrap, it will not break. And that's what we tried to do, but we had limited boxes and we were in a more of a hurry than we should have been. So if there were more than one mug ordered per order, they got packed in multiple and one of them broke in both times. So I'm like, a photo of the packaging too if you want to take it up with the postal service. Yep. Ooh. Oh, Sarah, that's cool. What kind of scale is that? Have you tried HelloFresh? I love their meals and they come out to less than $10 per person per meal. I also tried Blue Apron and I like HelloFresh better. I've tried Blue Apron and I have heard of HelloFresh, but with our current meal prep, it's coming down to like $2 to $3 per meal. And that's really hard to argue with those results. Like $2 to $3 per meal per person. So and it lets me accommodate for what's coming in out of the garden or what we get from the farmer's market. Like, I'm trying to focus more on locavore kind of stuff, like eating locally, just because it's fresher typically. As I eat grapes from probably Mexico. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, Brissy. That's good to know, Star. Okay, I'm gonna get this camera turned around so that y'all can see what I'm doing. I actually got a new tripod set up. I brought it over from another table. I think I need to try Von Fresh. Follow me on the Von vlog. I show all my recipes. But no, really though, that's part of what got me into doing this was we were budgeting and we had to get a handle on our grocery budget. And so I started planning out what meals we were going to have. It's called Smart Weight and can track like 8 different people. Right on, Sarah. Thanks for letting me know. But and so once we started paying closer attention to what meals we were actually going to be eating, I'm like, well, I may as well, make a bunch of them and freeze them. And I'm like, well, if I'm already doing all this work, I may as well weigh it and make sure that the calories are correct. So that's how that kind of happened. Where'd my other little thing go? Because I've got this one, but I thought I had, there it is, a smaller version. My knockoff, wish I had Dressima cookie cutters. Also, I'm streaming on Randy's phone today, so let me know how the quality comes across, you guys. So since this is unbaked clay, boop, I can press. And I can cut it into whatever shape that I want. I think I could get some really cool steampunk effects of this. So you're saying budgeting is a slippery slope to having a lifestyle vlog? Sounds risky. Only if you have an incessant need for constant validation and attention, and like you didn't get enough hugs, or I don't know what my problem is, but I really like making videos. So, but it is a slippery slope. But no, the vlog I feel like is helping me stay focused. Because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I'm a little distractible sometimes. I'm so excited. My mugs just arrived. Oh, Julie, let me know if they're good. It was blurry, but I adjusted settings. Now it's perfect. Right on. I'm excited about the new gems I found at an awesome store in the mall. I am psyched to wire wrap them. Right on. Gosh, to have a gem shop right there in the mall. That'd be nice. Get it positioned. I get bored. In here I have, a bad day and I shop. I get bored and I shop. I'm up in the early hours and school is a nightmare for my bank. I bet. The root word of the word diet is die. So how is that something anyone is going to feel good about that? You just got to make a lifestyle adjustment. Right on, Fawn. Hey, Judy. Guess what I'm using today? Whoop, whoop. Compliments of Judy Allen, guys. What? Not you. You're a paragon of concentration. No, I was going through trying to edit some of my videos, and I was like, good gracious, am I always this bad? And Randy was like, yeah. And I was like, gah. Because I think I'm not to be like, oh, I have ADHD, but I do think I've got something going on. Like, I don't know. It could just be I'm super busy with, like, a bunch of stuff going on all at once. But I'm not the type to just jump to conclusions and be like, oh, I've got a condition. It's like, life is a condition. This one's probably my favorite. I love that. Stressed is desserts backwards, right? This is freezer paper with the waxy side up, and then this is actually a silicone sheet. That is great because my stuff doesn't stick to it. There we go. Squirrel disease, maybe, right? Mikio says, I like your vlogs. Right on. You should get your own store and do classes too. I've considered that, Vicky, but we'd have to move to a bigger city where there's a little bit more of a sustainable population, because I don't know, it's the cost of a storefront. It's like I could have a really nice house for the cost of what a lot of the storefront properties are here, or to rent one. And so I'd rather just rent it out of my house and then travel and get to meet you guys where you are, instead of, people being like, man, I'd love to come visit, but you're like 12 hours away. So it's like, I will come to you. So, oh my gosh, it's so pretty and shiny. Happy summer solstice, Andy. I didn't even realize it was the solstice until I came back inside and was checking the date. And I was like, huh, it's the 21st. What did you use to get the designs on the clay? Not the colors, the circles. I use these, I can't remember the brand, but they're just, like, they often come with a little acrylic thing, but it's just a clear rubber stamp, and I really like them because you can hold it over what you're doing and push down and see which part of the design you're going to be capturing. And I've been sending these out pretty regularly to some of my patrons, like I think in the random tiers. So if you got clear rubber stamps from me in CD cases, that's what I use these for. They aren't just for scrapbooking. This one's probably one of my favorites, though, that I use a lot of the time. Fawn says, I'll watch anything you're in or whatever you put up. Oh my gosh. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you enjoy it, at least. And it's not something like some sort of masochistic. Like if I hear her say like or one more time, I'm gonna die. Will you come to me in the UK? I have visitors all week. Somebody go visit Abigail for me, please. I can't make it to the UK, not this week. Yeah. Well, I was doing a little bit of research because I was feeling like, is me saying and like and and like, are these things genuine problems, or is it just something that people become hyper aware of whenever they start fixating on it? And it is something that people become hyper aware of. Like if you're a person that it bothers you, or if you say it a lot, I recommend doing a bit of research just on the good old YouTube. And boop boop, and kind of see for yourself. But it's the ums and the things that people, it makes a conversation flow a little better, because I'm not here giving a political speech to you guys. We're hanging out, Great, this is another craft that I have to do. I just started chainmail this month. Welcome to the dark side, Candace. But yeah, you can kind of see this gets a very little bit of, I just find your energy uplifting. It's a default good thing. Aw, thanks, Vaughn. But you get little flecks of it in there. Yep, that's what I like to do, Abigail. And then, so I'm actually going to take this and feed it through my pasta machine a few times on the thinner settings. So sorry to be off camera for a sec, but I'm still here, I promise.
Where'd you go?
What?
Where'd you go?
Oh, Randy, I love you. Crazy little goober. But yeah, you can see it spreads through, and then whenever I put the resin over it, it really amplifies that little bit of color shift effect. But I'm actually going to put this back through on the thickest setting and add in a little bit more black clay, even though, uh-oh, that was the last of my black clay. Creep. Holy creep. But I'm going to show you guys how I got this effect, though. Which, there's a lady who has a tutorial out there. I cannot remember her name. I wish I were better with remembering channel names and stuff like that, but... Whew. Let me get this. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Beep boop. I just started. Ooh, I've done that before, Joe. Because I need one more hobby. I'm so happy that I remembered to check and see if you were on. Hey, Sokosis. The past week I kept getting caught up in other stuff that I missed your live streams. Right on. Well, I'm glad you're in here with me. Also, I hope it's not bothering the audio too much, but I do have a fan blowing directly on me, because you can see the pink starting to set in. I went out and tanned in the yard a little bit today. Vaughn, do you have any suggestions for earaches and how to deal with them? I know it ain't to do with craft, but your girl needs some help. First you'll need to pinpoint, not a medical professional. Not a medical professional. Google it and see what WebMD says. No, if you're having like real problems, probably go see a doctor. But whenever I'm doing my self-diagnosis, I try to figure out if it's something, because do I have an earache because something's lodged in there? Do I have an earache as a result of a sinus infection infection or otherwise sinus pressure. I have done everything from just putting some ear cleaning fluid into my ears and letting it soak and then using a little sucker outer tool. I did Google it and it told me I might die. Well, there you go. It gets us all in the end. But like I usually don't ask Google. It'll say Ebola, rabies, alien mutations, all viable options. But and then if it's like a sinus thing, I do my neti pot. Sometimes this is gonna sound super weird, but like if you have like a personal massager, like massage around in this area very gently. You don't want to like rattle your brain case, but it can help kind of dislodge anything that's like gunked up in your sinuses, and it just feels good. A nice little head massage. So, have you ever worked with UV resin before? I have. It is awesome. I've used the Lisa, name that I can't pronounce that starts with a P, kind that you can get at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Joann's. Thanks, Terry. But I've got on my, like, I've got, like, my Amazon wish list is, like, all the things that I need to buy, like, in no particular order. But there's a different brand that I want to try that my friend Laura recommended to me. And, I think I'm going to try that because I really want to try more UV resin. Use lighter clay and lighter colors such as white, pale yellow, purple with pink and iridescent glitter. You can make unicorn cabochons. I actually have some kind of like that in the batch that I've been working on. Same color scheme and stamp as on this one with the black clay. Looks like this on a translucent white, which is pretty neat. So, hey her. Okay, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. I'm eating some grapes is what I'm doing. Got my mug and I absolutely love it and love my first craft crate. Oh, I'm so glad, Sabrina. So I found another brick of black clay. Random bubble wrap sitting in the middle of my floor. Because I will never have a clean house. Oh God. Yes. Are these for next month's craft crate? They are, Candace. I'm getting a head start this month. That way I don't get into such a, not a panic, just like a chaos, stress, like freak out. Like we're going to be doing some coiling and cutting later today as well. So that should be pretty good. Just let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Hey Randy, could you do me a big favor? Could you make me a cup of coffee? Because it's very important to me. And that's why it's a big favor, is because it's a little thing, but it means a lot to me. And then also bring me one of those baking sheets that are on the stove. Thank you, my love. Okay, just at your leisure. Okay. Hey, Charlie! Welcome to my live stream. It's been a while since I've watched one of your streams or videos. Last video I watched of yours was a tutorial on how to make a dragon eye that looked like Sauron's. Right on! Yeah!
That was a minute ago.
Yeah, that was actually shot that a year and a half ago. So, hey, it's Future Vaughn with messed up hair. Now I'm super self-conscious now. But now I'm going to be cranking stuff through my pasta machine. Yeah, somebody had commented, they were like, on my Dragon Eye of Sauron. Bye, Pinkish. They had commented on my Dragon Eye of Sauron, they were like, new drinking game, take a shot every time she says, And I think people don't realize that I actually try to go through and read every single comment. I don't always get around to replying. But I'll go through, you know, whenever I feel like hating myself and read all the comments. So I replied to this person and I was like, I'm not held responsible for any resulting cases of alcohol poisoning. It should be getting there, Fawn. Some of them take different amounts of time to arrive, but I made an apple pie from scratch for the first time last week and it came out amazing. I'm so proud of myself that I've been telling everyone. Right on. I need to see what she does with it. What's a silhouette? Sold the dragon eye bracelet on my Etsy store and shipped it to Tallahassee, Florida last week. Congrats, Jenny. Probably not. Don't you dare watch this while driving, Kristen. I will be here when you get to your destination. But you gotta be there by getting there safely. So... And I just keep folding the clay until I don't get any more jagged little edges. Today I'm making polymer clay cabochons for July's craft crates. It's just the neighbors. I bet you, Sam Dog. No, the neighbors are leaving. What's up? Someone like affectionately having dizzy spells. Still want to buy one of those eyes from you one day if you're still making them. It is. I am making them. I should be having more going up on my Etsy soon, hopefully. But they're so hard to keep in stock, and we have so much stuff going on at any given moment. Aaron says, I've made a few things but still can't muster the courage to put them up for sale. Sighs. Someone give me an uplifting kick in the rear. Aaron, go do this, please. You're going to be amazing at it. Just go do it. Tammy, oh, that's so cool. Happy early birthday. But the worst thing that can happen if you post something for sale online is it won't sell, which it's never going to sell if you never post it or if you never tell anybody it's for sale. Hey, Angela, welcome to my live stream. You get to watch me just like flail around and pretend like I know what I'm doing. How do you know which way to feed that through the pasta machine? I try to always feed fold first, that way I don't trap any air bubbles. And it's just muscle memory to kind of push this way. I try to never go in reverse because that'll get clay gunked up in the machine. I have even halfway made Etsy posting. Y'all, it is a really hard, if it were easy, everybody would do it. So I know I have to get the earrings up for sale. But and this is something where self-loathing can actually come in a little handy. I have never in my entire life had anyone be even halfway as mean to me as I have been to myself. So keep that in mind. People are actually typically pretty nice, and if they're not, delete them. It's the internet. They're like, you know? So Aaron, if that's not an overwhelming wave of go do it, then I don't know what is. From everybody in here commenting. Thank you guys for being so awesome. Y'all do me proud. Like, when people are like, what are you most proud of? I'm like, the community of people that help each other in my channel and stuff. And the fact that I get out of bed every day, that gets me pretty excited. And Randy, he's awesome. I did a happy dance the first time I killed something on Etsy. Ah, go! And also, whenever I'm conditioning clay, I'll just cut it into slivers and then feed it through. Girl, my clay fish pond from my mom's fairy garden ended up so big. I probably should have scaled it down before baking, but she's my mom. I'll just have to make more fish to fill it up. Kristen. Do you recall what size chainmail rings are in this month's craft crate? I should have written on the bag, though. Oops. Like it should say, typically it's either a 16 or an 18 gauge. I don't know, I did send some out, some that weren't, didn't have the markings on them.
Seriously?
Yeah, well, of the anodized ones.
Anodized ones?
Yeah, I sent out some little sample bag sizes of anodized rings. Oh, Laura, she says, you can do this. Trust that others will find value in the work you put in. It might not be for everyone, but it will be exactly right for someone. Laura, I love you so darn much. It's no question in my mind that have success in the things that I do, because I've got people like you and Randy and y'all here in the chat room like cheering me on. Like together we can do anything. Hey, Cyrus? I don't know if I'm saying that right. And I'm gonna put the two pieces together. Jessica says, you're a big reason why this community on this profile is so nice, because you are nice. You admit you're nice through the screen and just have such a positive vibe that it's like a magnet. Right on. Yeah, I guess I do try really hard to not bitch too much whenever I'm here on the streams and doing videos and stuff, but I don't know. You reap what you sow, I really feel like. And if you want to be happy, then even if you feel like you have to fake it a little bit, like put on that, like practice your smiling muscles, because the more you get into autopilot mode to be grumpy as a result of things, like if that's your baseline reaction to everything is to be irritated or grumpy or upset by it, then you're going to constantly be grumpy or irritated or upset. And so Brandy and I made, and I don't know if we made an active choice, but years ago when we were first starting out our business, we were like, this isn't what we planned, but this is what's happening. And it's a lot nicer, yelling and throwing a fit whenever the car breaks down or the tire blows out or a show doesn't go well. It doesn't accomplish anything except for making us more miserable. Elin says, hi Yvonne, I just bought an embossing machine and some embossing folders because of your video. It is so much fun and looks amazing. How does the embossing hold up for you long term? I've had really good results with it on very thick leather. I imagine on thinner leather that's being constantly flexed, like something for a strap or something like that, may not hold up as well, but something that's stiff that doesn't have a lot of movement. Like I've got pieces that are about 3 or 4 years old that are still very well embossed. A month is probably the more realistic goal, but I'm going to keep asking for you guys how it's going. Please do the same to me. Pester me until I do it. Yes! Crafting, selling, accountability. Words are hard. Do you know who to go to that makes great charms like Sunkist soda pop charms? I'm not certain. Do you mean like the bottle caps or like something that looks like Sunkist? Because you could probably take some actual Sunkist and repurpose some of those things. It might be a good idea. It might be something to try and do a tutorial about. I'm not saying, well, when I saw the order for Tallahassee, because I'm from a country called Netherlands. Okay, so I'm going to keep passing it through until these lines go away. My hopes and dreams got snatched just like my... Oh, God. That's a screen name.
My hopes and dreams got snatched up.
Just like my wig.
Oh.
Okay. So it's like this now. And now comes the interesting part. It's not just me passing clay through the pasta machine. Patty says, hi, Vaughn. Just wanted to tell you that I'm dealing with leukemia and chemo, and your smile and laugh make me happy. I learn a lot from you, too. God bless you. Patty, I'm so glad to be helpful to you in any way, and I really hope that everything kind of goes smoothly and that you recover. Hopefully, I hope everything's okay. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Really helped give me the confidence. Right on, Tammy. Oh, there's a troll. There we go. Okay, I'm getting this turned around. That way y'all can see maybe if the camera will flip around. That's my ceiling. There we go. Let me check and make sure it's charging. We're doing good. Jessica says, I keep breaking everything. That'll happen. Okay. So here we are. I actually use a bit of tape to tape this down so it stops. Hey, Leslie! Okay. So this stuff's going to get moved off to the side. I'm going to show you how to get this color pattern. Oh no. Well, I hope you get better, Abigail. And even just the way that the extra paint looks, just dried on surfaces, is so cool. I do, Lindy. Is it really bad right there? How about like that? Is that a little better? But no, it's a nice day outside, but even though we have the windows open, the breeze just isn't cutting through quite the way that I would like. So I do have a fan blowing like directly on me. Thanks for bringing it up. Okay. No, I had it down here, and the wind from the fan was hitting it, so I just raised it up a bit. Oh no, I missed the Fire Mountain Gems anniversary sale. Meh. I need more beads and stuff. I keep sending all my beads to the craft crates. Okay, so I'm going to be using this one today. How's the weather where you guys are? Laura, it is beautiful. Yesterday, we had the most glorious summer storm. Like, it was just a nice, gentle thunderstorm. And, yeah, for like hours, it rained. So everything's so nice and cooled off. Oh, James. Oh, no, Jim. He says, more beads? You got it. I've officially decided that next year, when in a house and doing better financially, I'm going to open an online hand-beaded. Oh, that'll be great. It does sound like a threat. So I've spritzed it with water. I'm going to come in and smush. And I want to get a really nice deep impression. So that one wasn't quite deep enough. So there we go. Yeah, you can see the difference there. Leslie says, what size beads? Glass or semi-precious? I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you guys to send me more stuff because you guys are too generous already. But basically anything, honestly. So, like, I have a personal preference to... Here I go telling you guys anyways. I personally love semi-precious gemstones. But glass is beautiful as well. But it's... I don't know. I was going to go through and just try to buy some. Hey, Pat. Ooh, okay. It ends July 2nd. I can still get in on it. Oh, no. I hear that, Cindy. What is the difference between GoDaddy and Etsy? GoDaddy is a website hosting service very similar to Weebly or Squarespace or anything like that where you can set up a website through it. Or like just get a domain name, whereas Etsy is actually it's very much like eBay but for handmade things. Push down. Nice and deep. There we go. And this is where being heavier gives me a lot of body weight to put behind it. What's up, Fawn? You reduce a stash, spoken as a hoarder would be. Oh, Leslie. That's fair. Okay, so now that we have some texture imprinted into our stamp, and you could overlay it, you could have it be all sorts of different ways. Where did my little paintbrush go? I've got my little paintbrush. And also, Laura, look away. I'm going to be cross-contaminating. I know. Charlie, this is clay that I'm working with. It's just black Primo Sculpey. But I take them and I mix them first. The picture's a little fuzzy. I'm a little fuzzy. I don't know. Laura says, no worries, it's for art. But I shake some onto the lids. That way I'm not contaminating the whole bottle. But I'm kind of just using the lids as the palette. Maybe. Is it still out of focus? I don't know. There's no telling with these cameras. And I'm just going to scoop some onto my brush. And I put it on pretty generously. I'm trying to make sure to get it down into all the little nooks and crannies. Huh, I had no idea, Cheryl. I want to make a sun-kissed charm and a sun-kissed holic, but we'll take your advice and keep looking. Okay. And I'm going to be a little bit random about where I'm placing the colors. Now, so keep in mind, the thicker you put the paint on, the longer it's going to take to dry. It can get pretty frustrating. Now, these are very specifically, this is liquid. It's the Lumiere card Halo. This one is violet gold. This one is pink gold with the halo. And this one is Halo blue gold. So just to let you guys know. Beep. I laid my head down by a stream, and there I had the strangest dream. And down in Brennan's glen there rose a briar and a rose. And so now I'm taking the pink gold halo and just blending it in. Now, again, I wish I remembered the name of the lady who does a tutorial. That this is where I learned it from, this technique, but she does it on baked clay. And I really like doing it on the unbaked because I feel like I get to have a little bit more randomness and creativity with the bigger piece and then kind of cut from there than just doing it piece by piece. And so now my favorite, the blue gold. And I like to kind of just blend it in a little bit. And down Brennan's glen there rose a briar and a rose. Okay. Bye, Tammy. Have a wonderful day. Can you put in links for the paint? I can't currently, but I can try to do that after the live stream. Okay, so now this is done. I'm actually gonna zoom this in just a little bit for you guys if I can manage it. I want to get a really nice, because then we just take some water. Check this crap out, you guys. And this is also, I have this on a secondary piece. That way I can move it and let it dry. About 4 spritzes. Let me move this around to where you're not catching as much glare. There we go. Tiffany said, I'm so glad you came on YouTube Live. I needed a break from this project. Right on. But no, and keep watching. It's gonna, it's gonna do its thing, the little halo blend. And you kind of have to let it dry, but give it a little bit more water over here. Boop. But yeah, live stream is not the best venue for showing off how it does its thing. But see how it kind of separates? I laid my head down by a stream, and there I had the strangest dream, and in Brennan's glen there grows a briar and a rose. It does. It has a kind of earthy look to it, like a psychedelic. I haven't tried it with color shift paints, but you can kind of make it run around and into each other. See how that's happening? Into all that patterning. But yeah, so this is definitely going to do some interesting things because as it dries, where did all those cabs go? Okay. As it dries, it'll start to look kind of like this. Now, granted, this was a different stamp, but you can see how it settles and separates. And I always feel like my spritz bottle delivers a little too much water. Like, I need a finer mist bottle, if that makes sense. So you can actually come in with... So guys, I'm back. The camera froze. But I'm going to take a bit of tissue and come in, and I'm actually going to just blot up a little of that liquid. Because I am impatient. And you can see you can actually pull out a lot of the color that way. That makes me a little sad to do that, but... Bye, Mikio. Yeah, if somebody wants to type to refresh the page, my screen froze. I'm sorry. But yeah, so you can kind of see for at least a minute longer. But yeah, so we're going to let this settle. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm going to let this settle and dry. Thanks, Tanya. And I just slide it right over someplace where the cat can't get to it. And now I am going to start passing more clay through the pasta machine. Hey, Randy, could you bring me that coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Did I smell it? It smells real good. Hey, Art in France. Use watercolor paper to blot. Might make some Candace, that's a brilliant idea. Oh, yeah. Yes, please. Ah, thank you. Thanks, Lisa. Something bit me the other night mowing the yard. Can't go outside, not for nothing. I laid my head down by a stream, and there I had the strangest dream. I'm gonna go back down. Ooh, coffee. Thank you. Oh, and it's still hot. Buy my mugs. Sorry. Why when I watch you live, it looks like you changed your craft room around? Tanya, I change my craft room around probably once a week. I'm not gonna lie. And it doesn't infuriate Randy. I think he's just used to it. But we have a constant influx and outflux of things. Like we had boxes of mugs for a few weeks. Like it was just like a week. I don't know. I'm not good at time passage either. Oh, that cat. Meow.
I didn't touch your tail.
Yeah, shameless plug. But this is what our decal mugs look like. Yay. Boss kitty for sure. I love you, Ember. Boop. She's also been featuring herself on my vlog a few times too, so that's pretty cool. That's good stuff. Well, I'm glad for you to join me. Hey, Matu. Ah, you're fine being late. I'm probably going to stream for a good bit more, right, which is I have no idea how long that is, but I feel like I got a little bit more crafting in me, so, and I like hanging out with you guys. Do you mind a bit, babe, if I keep streaming? Randy didn't mind a bit, the cat didn't mind a bit. We see it wrong way around. The living room is to the left for us. Oh, yeah, no, this is my left. Oh, I didn't even, it's like Christmas, says Aaron. No, it's like the summer solstice. We got time for everything today until the sun sets. Oh, Tiffany, thank you. Yeah, speaking of which, Nightbot just popped up my Etsy store. We only have a few mugs left. And I seem to have figured out how to ship them without them breaking. So I laid my head down by a stream, and there I had the strangest dream. Hey, Furbug. Says, hi, this is the first time I've managed to catch a live stream. Yeah, I'm filming on a phone, Maria. We don't have good enough internet at our house to be able to live stream, so we live stream through the phone signal because it is actually, it's not great, it's not even good, but it's better than the house internet. Do you guys see the video of all the people at Stonehenge this morning to watch the sun come up?
No, that would have been awesome.
Aw, we need to do that one day. Or make our own Stonehenge. Might be cheaper than plane tickets. We could make them out of foam and thermoplastic. Just big, super lightweight boulders. And then I could dress up like the Hulk and lift up boulders. Never mind. This is why I don't... Ugh. Learned recently, in the Elizabethan era, before clocks were common, all days and nights are split into 12 hours each, no matter how long the day and night were relative to each other. That's crazy. Marquita says, any foam henge? Any mugs left for sale? I do believe so. We have a few left. And I don't know if we'll be making another order of mugs because they are heavy and fragile. Do what? And they're expensive. We did not have the profit margin on the mugs that we were hoping for. Like we make like $2 a mug. Do what?
We didn't lose money, but still.
Well, on the international shipping.
Oh yeah, those are good.
But oh, the song I'm singing is The Briar and the Rose. And I love this song. It's stuck in my head. Like somebody asked, they were like, do you know any other songs? And I'm like, no, I don't. Bye, Kira. Also have decals, better shipping, and you put them on your favorite mug. Yeah, we do have some decals. Several folks have flipped the image and they use their phone to live stream. It doesn't matter how little it is, as long as I keep recording. Okay, so I have another bit of clay, which I'm actually going to fold this in. I want it to be more like square. So I'm going to fold that in. I'm going to fold that side in. And then I'm going to fold it like this, and hopefully it'll come. We'll see what shape that makes. Which I do have a lovely motor for my pasta machine, but it is loud. And so Randy and I were watching Stargate, and I was having Randy crank it for me because I needed both hands, but I still wanted to hear Stargate. And so Randy started cranking it, going, and I lost my mind, like laughing. And then I was like, okay, fine, thank you. I don't need your help anymore. And so I started cranking it, and he kept going, and I was like, oh my God. I love this man so much. So when anybody's like, how do I start a business? I'm like, get a Randy. So that was something fun from yesterday. So, okay, I'm going to turn this around. Everybody thinks you're hilarious, Randy. He's like, those poor creatures. And I'm going to do another bubble one because I really liked the bubble one. Okay, so I lied. Clone him already, right? I'm going to fold this in half and pass it through my pasta machine long ways. Do you sell Randy's? We don't, but we do rent him by the hour.
No, we don't. That's prostitution.
You're prostitution. I want money. Okay, so apparently we don't rent Randy. There goes that business plan. Psychosis says I have a Kevin. I'll buy that for $1. They've got a Dave. Yeah. Artisan pimp.
No, that's awesome.
He'll bring.
Because that's a RoboCop reference.
Oh, really? Oh. Randy even loves RoboCop. See, you'd be happy. We could just rent you out to all these beautiful crafty people. And, like, you could bring them coffee. There are worse business models out there, honey. My Randy's name is Jamie. I have a Quinn. Okay, that's good. There's more of the similar kind. Robot double. Yep, we can clone maybe. Yeah, except for like, there's no guarantee on the nature versus nurture of it all. I lead my head down by the stream. Jim says, I have a me. Oh god. So I'm hearing, I'm like, well, at least you can always play with yourself. I'm so sorry, Jim. Oh, holy crap. Y'all, Tandy Leather just commented. What? And of course, it has to be right on whenever I'm talking about pimping Randy out. But no, Tandy Leather says, we really like your channel. Your videos are always so happy and engaging. Keep up the good work. Oh no. Hey, Tandy Leather, I buy your stuff. I'm gonna hide now. Oh god. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Oh no. I can't even stop giggling. Eris says, oh my god, I'm dead, right? I hope they still let me teach classes there. Oh gosh. It's like, oh, your face is so red. Yeah, I wonder why. Oh no. Okay, so now I made it more to the shape of this one because this doesn't, adulting, try adulting, quick, be a professional. Yeah, it feels like the boss just came in and watched me goofing around though. Okay. But because this one doesn't layer the way that this one does. Ooh! The prices are going up on Etsy and people aren't happy. Just curious if you heard anything. Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't looked too much into it because I feel like I am but a lowly content creator. YouTube and Etsy and everybody, they can change stuff as much as they want everywhere and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not going to spend the time to complain. I'm just going to focus on adapting and hopefully surviving. So that's my plan. I have been head down by a stream. And now also when using the freezer paper, I like to use the waxy side. That way it doesn't stick because the papery side will actually pull some of the oils out of the polymer clay and it'll like stick and things just get weird. So this was a super light imprint. So I want to see what this ends up happening. Yeah. Etsy says, or Tiffany says, I completely stopped using Etsy. If you don't spend a fortune on advertising, no one sees your page. Honestly, I use adapt. Resistance is futile, right? I use social media and YouTube in conjunction with my Etsy. Freezer paper is like a waxy, you could use wax paper. It's just a waxy, like butcher's paper, almost. You can wrap like meat in it for in your freezer. So I'm gonna come through. I like doing this one. I lay my head down by the stream, and there I had the strangest dream. Down in Brennan's Glen there grows a briar outdoors. And I'm going to try to do the paint a lot thinner on this one and see what kind of effect that gets us. Because I think I've been doing it just a little too thick. Because in my mind, more is more, and that is not always the case. And then down Brennan's Glen there grows briar. might have been cool to have met you, kitty. Oh gosh, Brett, what are you doing? That's like super early in the morning. It's 5 a.m. in Australia. Sabrina said I just ordered one of your decal mugs. Yay, Sabrina! Okay, so we have a much thinner paint this time. You can kind of see how that's looking. And I'm going to come through and super fast, just like that. And we'll see what happens. Anything good? I'm wondering. So maybe... So the thing is I'm also super impatient. So I keep adding more water. Try to pick early morning. I pricked my finger on a thorn. Rose and golden, winding road, the briar round. Okay, I'm gonna stop fiddling with it, and I am not going to clean the brush out in my coffee, because that would be a horrible waste of coffee. I'll go put these caps back on. And so with a very limited set of materials, you can make such a huge variety of cabochons. Oh no, sorry, the fan's in y'all's ears. Oh, this is Zombie. This is Lumiere. Come on, camera, focus. This is Lumiere paint by Jacquard, and it's in Halo Pink Gold, Halo Blue Gold, and Halo Violet Gold. Tiffany sips coffee. But yeah, less paint seems to be better, actually. Less paint, more water seems to be the way to go. Boom. Now to do this like 70 more times because I am in love with these and it's kind of addicted. And again, I can just take my little sheet and pass it off to over here. And now let's see how the other one looked. Oh, ooh. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Randy, come look at this. Come look. Oh no. Oh god, it's so pretty. I can't either, Charlie.
Oh wow.
I know. Not to be this way, but I kind of have a craft boner. Like a little bit.
Yeah, Tammy Leather's still watching.
Oh god, are they? Never mind. I didn't say that. You can't prove it. God. Why do I live stream? Why do I do this? But no, it's so pretty. I could, oh man. You know that scene in Despicable Me when she freaks out and well, it's here, and I'm going to do some of the, oh my god. Sorry, guys. Okay, it keeps cutting in and out. So I'm still here, you guys. I'm sorry if the phone's overheating, I guess. Yeah, it is very hot on the phone. But I'm going to do the same thing with this translucent white clay. I thought it was just plain translucent. Okay, Lindy says you're back for me. Okay. Let's see, do I have another block? Yeah, no, it just says translucent. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong though, but it comes out looking just like this whenever it's baked. Like it doesn't clear down for me. So I don't know. I also didn't pop it into ice water as soon as it came out of the oven either. But this is like kind of the first time I've worked with the Kato, and I really like it. It's a very firm clay, but I haven't encountered the crumbliness that I usually encounter. You can make a book cover with it. Oh, Tanya, that would be amazing. Looks like white cheddar. I'm so hungry. Oh, hey, my snack. Sweaty cheese stick. Oh my god. Kind of, yes. And that would be really cool. I don't know. I imagine this stuff actually bakes pretty well. Don't mistakenly eat the clay. It does look like the Cracker Barrel white Vermont cheddar. It looks like exactly like that. Okay, flipping this around. I've really been enjoying hanging out with you guys today. Like, it feels like the old times. Like, it's kind of just laid back. There's not a whole lot of too much going on. Just messing about with the polymer clay. And honestly, I think it's because I feel like I'm in better health. I've been sleeping better. I've been exercising more. Like, I'm kind of finding more and more, like, every day, more of a work-life balance. Like, this morning, you guys, well, I didn't get out of bed until, like, 11. Because we stayed up till, like, super late. In the summer, we're bad about that. Because it's so much nicer to be alive at night whenever the sun's glaring at you. So we just keep weird hours now. But I got up and I went outside and I did yoga with my chickens and I shot some vlog stuff and I answered some comments. Like, I'm like super happy. Thank you guys for helping me like find this joy. And Randy's probably thanking you too because he's getting pretty tired of all my mood swings. So can we get a shout out from the Randy?
Shout out from the Randy.
To all the nice people.
Oh yeah, thank you, nice people.
Lost 8 pounds, Maria, actually. I read that if you apply a heat gun directly to it out of the oven, take the temp up to 400, it becomes glass-like, but never tried it. Cheryl, I'm going to have to try that. Hey, Sue! Oh, Lisa says I've been up since 6:30. Oh my gosh. The ever-elusive Randy Scott speaks. No, Randy's been doing great. He's been shooting videos. He's been exercising. He hasn't weighed himself. Like, he's like that scale. But I'm convinced that he is also losing weight. Just because I haven't been feeding him as much. He's been limiting his soda intake. And it's like, I don't know, he's doing really good. And so that's positive reinforcement for me because I've been trying to not nag him. And I think I've been doing okay. Probably not, though.
Are you looking for me to answer?
Yes. Please validate me, Randy.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Really?
I guess.
Are you just saying that because I'm making you say it, or do you really mean it? Is that clay softer than Primo? It looks so smooth. It is not. It is actually super, like, check it. Whenever I pinch it, I have to pinch, like, super hard to get any kind of imprint to happen on it. But it is very, like, a very good consistency. Like, and a brick of Kato was the same, but bigger, like, same price, as the Primo, but a bigger block. So I was like, Randy is a manly man. Keeping up with you is gonna trim his weight and gain muscles. I know. Oh my gosh. When he works out, like, he does, like, one, like, push-up. It's, like, beefy. And I'm like, so I'm just gonna have to, like, strap him into a tool belt and rent him out by the hour. I don't know if he's paying attention. He's really good at ignoring me. Well, you're super good at, like, saying deadpan, like, yeah, right. Where you exercise, your muscles will grow and weight won't go down, so measure muscles. Yeah, I did get measurements. I don't know. I think I'm just speaking gibberish, but having a really good day. The only thing, the Kato smells funny. Oh, Jim, Randy is a beard. Like, whenever his beard comes out, it'll like grow back into his flesh because it's super curly. So Randy with a beard is not a happy Randy. He looks amazing with one. He looks amazing all the time though. I think I'm biased. I think I just like him. I laid my head down spring that glows a bright around. Oh, I picked the rose one early morn. I pricked my finger on a thorn. Oh, the bright around the rose. I tried to tear them both apart. I felt a bullet through my heart, and I'll just stop in spring's new clothes. Fly around the rose. And when I'm buried and in my grave, tell to me so I may know. Tears will fall to make life grow bright around the road. And when I'm buried and in my grave, tell to me so I will know. Tears will fall to make love grow bright around the Sorry. What's up? We're gonna what, Yvette? I zoned out hard and came back into Yvette saying she's working out her boner. What? Edding asks, what thickness is your final piece? I'm not blushing, that's the sunburn. You can't prove it. I end up making them just the thickest setting on my polymer clay machine because I'm going to be going through using doming. So it doesn't quite double the thickness, but it makes it much stiffer and keeps it from being too bulky. Brady should do a calendar. Would glow in the dark work with colors? I'm gonna have to try that. I'm out of glow in the dark though, so it's gonna have to wait a minute. Bye, Corner. Oh, well, thank you. So relaxing. I don't even know, Jim. I've been wanting to get into clay, but I don't know where to start, and I can't afford those expensive tools. Tiffany, I actually shot a tutorial yesterday on how to do your own cabochons using, you don't have to have a pasta machine. It helps to have like an acrylic roller or something to roll the, you know what I should do? I should start giving away polymer clay kits the way that I do leather kits. Don't quote me on it. I haven't talked to Randy about it yet. We haven't done a cost analysis, but like kind of basic beginner tools, because making the polymer clay cabochons, like using, where is it at? I call them my smush cabs, but this is it before I put any kind of doming or anything on it. And it's, if you use Primo or Kato polymer, is that? I don't know. Okay, so that looks like it's at least well received, the concept of a polymer clay kit. But one color of clay, some Perlex powders. You can also use eyeshadow. Works pretty well. Anything metallic and shiny. I don't have them yet. I just had the idea. A roller for rolling it out flat, which you don't even really need that. You just make a little ball and then take something like this and smush it down. That's how I did this, was with a stamp. And it pushes it into the round, so you don't have to have cutters, you don't have to have a pasta machine, and you can bake it just in your regular oven. Naughty, naughty. That's your first one of the day, though, isn't it?
Yes, one second.
It's your second. Ooh.
Like considering I skipped breakfast.
Yeah. I don't know why you skipped breakfast. We have them prepped meals in
Nobody
there.
fed me.
Nobody fed me. Poor Randy. But polymer clay can seem really, hey, Bald, really daunting to get into, because there's a million different things to do, so you feel like, oh, I don't have the stuff to do all these things, so I can't even, like, get in, like, it's, I don't know, it was very overwhelming for me, for sure, because there's as many different things to do with the polymer clay as there are people to do it. Tanya says, what do you use for doming? I use 2-part casting resins. Art resin is really good, but very expensive. Clear Cast 7000 is pretty nice. Hey, Ria. Oh, what else is there? You could use Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. Oh, you bet. She went, spank him. Randy doesn't respond well to negative reinforcement. Because he's such a good Randy all the time. You could sell starter kits for all your mediums as a store item. That's a really good idea, Brett. I'm hesitating actually for the first time like ever to actually take on more projects though. Oh my god, you guys! This is a naughty stream. Jim's like, spank him gently. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. This is family friendly. I'm a professional. That's my mantra for the day. I don't know. Like, he just doesn't like getting spanked. Like,
Someone's saying that's cool. Why not?
yes!
Oh my god.
Hey, Jill. She says, oh my god, I finally made it to a live stream of all the live streams for you to join in on. This is the one you give it. Marina says, you have so much talent. You can do lots of different things. I wish that I have just half of your talent. I really enjoy to see your videos. Sorry, your English is great. Honestly, though, will they count this as a tutorial? Maybe. I just hope that YouTube doesn't, like, ban the video, or demonetize me again. I really feel like I'm not going to say that I'm not talented, because I do feel like I have an innate ability to obsessively do things, and so that helps me get better faster, because if you do something every day for like 6 to 12 hours a day, every day, you're gonna get better. I'm talented in that I am a hard worker. I feel like that is my strong suit. So, but I did not just wake up one day and start amazing wire wrapping pieces, or polymer clay that actually looks like it's something you could be wearing. I didn't start good at any of this stuff. So when people are like, it's, well, I wish I could do that. It's like, then do it. It might be, for me, it was horrible. Like the first 100 times, it was a mess. It was a hot mess. But I liked it, so I kept doing it. And the more you do something, typically the better you get at it, or the more you find your style, or, Angela says, what craft did you first get into? Bead stringing, because it was simple, and I thought the rocks were pretty. I felt like they did all of the hard work. And then I started wanting to be able to hang stones on the bead strung necklaces. And so I got into wire wrapping, and then I wanted to just do metal chains, so I got into chainmail. Leslie says, yes, repetitive motion, baby steps works. We have you showing the way, fearless leader. No, I'm scared all the time. Like, everything's very, daunting and intimidating, and, persistence is a talent. I'll agree with that 100%. I am nothing if not persistent. Did I just put polymer clay up my nose? I think I did. Look at that. But no, it's I was talking to an artist friend, and he was like, a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I could draw, and I wish I could draw like that. And he's like, so much of what I'm doing is just fixing mistakes until I feel like I fixed all the mistakes that I can fix on his artwork. So it's, again, but typically, like on Instagram and a lot of this stuff, people will show the finished result, which looks completely different than this. Okay, so I'm making a giant sheet. Even people with talent have to practice. Yep. And honest to goodness, hard work will beat out unrefined talent every single time. To paint with a broad brush, but it's, you know, talent's nothing if you don't do anything with it. The difference between gifted and talented is that gifted people are naturally good at something. Talented people put hours into becoming good at it. Right on. I guess it depends a lot on the, to me, talent implies like an innate, like just born with it, but I guess gifted. I started with bead wire earrings, then bead weaving, and now I'm into wire wrapping, but I'm not very good yet. Right on, Angela. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, making art is just knowing how to hide your mistakes, or make them look like they were on purpose. Ah, thanks, Natalie. Okay, so I'm getting it passed through again. I kind of like the long, narrow strips for this. I'm going to pass it through one more time. So it's ready. Ah, thanks, Rhea. She says, don't forget to hit that like button. What? I started painting and making Barbie clothes when I was 12. Right on! I loved making my Barbie's clothes. I loved making my toy horses clothes, too. Oh, wow. Right on, Erin. It's so good. I love you, coffee. Buy my mug. Sorry. I have that like sun-baked sleepiness from laying out in the sun, if that makes sense. Brucey says, I'll be alright. I've managed to stay away from the Louvre for about 8 hours now. I must have just need to cover. Right on. Mistakes are simply artistically individualized. I was talking to somebody and they referred to not their mistakes, but their deviations. Emma says, I need coffee and a mug. Actually, I don't know if Penny's in here or if she's watching this, but she bought a mug and I crammed that thing full of tea because it didn't occur to me that I could send you guys tea bags in with your mugs. But no, it's like Penny's is crammed full because I didn't know what kind she liked. So I just stuffed the mug. Like, I hope I didn't pop any of the bags of tea. Tiffany says, I've tried and tried and tried to learn to play the wooden flute, and I just could not do it. What kind of flute was it? Because sometimes there's some flutes that the quality of the instrument can matter. Have you tried screen printing your own shirts? You have so many catchphrases that need to be on shirts. Just a sec. How do I screenshot? I need to be, okay. Erin, our best friends, Ben and Tracy with World of Strange, screen print. And so that's why we laugh. But no, and so if ever we need to get shirts, we're going to be getting them through them. But they have actually let us, they weren't making us. They were just like, you want to help?
You voluntold us.
Yeah, I voluntold Randy and I that was like, we're going to help them. We helped them screen print. Was that before Dragon last year?
Yes.
Which huge news, you guys! We have 2 tables at Dragon Con. Woo woo! So that's super exciting. We will be on the 4th floor with 2 6-foot tables, so we will be able to have...
Hopefully people won't find us the
yeah, it will be a lot easier to find. We'll have our grid walls, we'll have our signage, we'll have our costumes. Like, woo! I'm not stressed at all. You can't prove it. I vote shirts. What? Right? Need Dominions? Quite possibly. We can't buy anybody a badge. We're trying to keep our costs down way lots this year because
we're gonna be too busy to be visiting.
Right, and we're gonna be pretty busy. So yeah. If you guys are interested in meeting Randy and I, not to say that I wouldn't recommend Dragon Con, but it is sick expensive.
It is not the show to do it.
It is not the show to do it. And Randy and I are so busy the whole time that we don't really we can't like chat the way that we would when we're at OzCon or even when we're at Anime St. Louis or Tokyo and Tulsa. Dragon Con is mind-blowingly busy, but it's also stupid expensive. Like, not just the badge, but anywhere that you're gonna eat, in anywhere that you want to park, like all of it. The whole city has figured out that we're all trapped there for the weekend, so they nickel and dime you and they fleece you is what happens. So, but going in knowing that Dragon is a ton of fun, Dragon's a ton of fun. It's a cultural experience. It really is. But so yeah, after that disclaimer of like, save your money, stay home. If you do go to Dragon Con, I'm sure you'll have a blast, and please stop by and see us. But just don't be offended if we aren't able to chat for long, because it's Lara has helped me in the Randy and I in the booth before, and I barely even get to hang out with her whenever we're in the booth because we are just working. So, and I don't know if we'll even have room for more than 2 people behind the booth this year. That's why I haven't asked the people who usually pitch a tent at the booth. We've got about 3 feet of space behind our table. Yeah, Lara says it is very busy. And that's knowing we're not going to have very much space. Typically, I ask Lara to help, but she's doing the Ren Fair this year. But even if she weren't, we'd be like, I don't know if we can fit another person, especially with bringing the grid walls and the mannequins and stuff. So we're going to play it by ear, but thank you, though. Good to stay busy, though. Good for business. In theory, I don't know, last year we barely covered costs, but we only had a 6-foot table. So, like, the people on either side of us kept blocking, like, the lines to their tables, kept blocking ours off because they had bigger booths. And then just, I don't know, and we're going to be on the 4th floor. I think this year is going to, this year, I think, if we don't do well this year, then, we might not go back. I don't know, because it's so expensive to go to. We spend a week away from home. Hey, Mary says, I'm new here. What kind of crafts do you do? Well, today I was working on polymer clay. I do all sorts of crafts, like anything I can get my dirty little paws on. But I'm making some cute little cabochons, and I'm applying the paint before baking, just to kind of, I don't know, experiment with it. Better get to stocking up, right? Which is part of why I'm doing these cabs, which, speaking of which, I laid my head down by the stream. Are you thinking about going to Archon? We haven't heard back from Archon, so I don't know if we'll be there. It's been a matter of finding a work-life balance. If a convention doesn't kind of do well enough, then we don't go anymore because they're so expensive to go to. Okay, and I'm going back to this stamp because I really liked this one. And Mary, Bernie, that's a case of what I don't do yet. Yeah, it is unbaked. This is Kato. There is no, oh, Lindy says just booked my hotel for Anime Iowa. Yeah, it's the same weekend as, well, Jim, I do knit. I just don't have any tutorials on it. Where Anime Iowa is the same exact weekend as Tokyo and Tulsa, and Tokyo and Tulsa is only like 2 hours away. So, ooh, that'd be cool. Jim, frack. Yeah, Brissy said, didn't you sell a bunch of stuff on Etsy last year because you didn't break even at Dragon? We did break even at Dragon, but it was not what we needed it to be. And the only downside about this clay is it is super hard. Like, firm. Super firm. Using all my muscle to get some nice imprints in there. There we go. Maybe? Yeah. Strong Randy could help. Would a mallet help? I know anything with hammering bounces. And I need a slow... Sometimes I'll put it into my never need and press down. But I'm on camera, so I'm not going to move everything around everywhere. And it's good to get the exercise. Work the muscles out. There we go. But yeah, you can't really tell. But it's getting a nice deep imprint in there. Yeah, I can't believe it's been another year already. DragonCon's kind of that yearly pilgrimage that everything builds up to it. Shot hammer, that'd be cool. Can you mix glitter into any of all the polymer clay, like flake glitter or something like that? You can, but most of the time you won't see it unless it's a translucent. Oh no, Abigail. I know you crochet, tat, sew, leather, clay, string beads, make fairy houses, make beads, incense burners. I said, Jim, anything I can get my grubby little paws on. Hey, Debbie. Aaron says, I want to go to DragonCon, but sounds like a road trip would be more fun and maybe even cheaper. Yeah, that's Lauren was talking about, why don't we just plan a trip to go to Hawaii? Because that's cheaper than going to DragonCon. From a vending perspective. Because it's like... What?
And then it started to explode.
What, the Hawaii trip?
Yeah, just Hawaii.
Yeah. Volcanoes. So going through. Oh no. And I'm actually going to double up on some of the little textures. Overlaying them. Hey, Wild. Yeah, a live feed for sure. There we go. Woo. Notice you. Jesus Christ, what is happening? I guess my phone just got... Can you...
It's probably mine's.
No, like, mute it?
Oh.
So it stops exploding? Favorite author also at DragonCon this year after release the final book in the series. If we weren't time traveling, I would be so there. Right? So I guess my mug promotion worked. Holy crap! Lots of peridot on the beaches in Hawaii right now. Really? What bezel are you making, Tiffany? There. Oh no, I pushed too far down.
I didn't get an email from Tandy Leather.
Did I really get an email from Tandy? What'd they say?
I'm not gonna check it.
Oh no. Oh no. I hope it's not a you're fired. Would regular paper stamps work on the clay? That's actually what these are. They're for scrapbooking. Gotta drive and settle, listen. Aw, drive safe, Erin. Okay, almost done putting the imprint on. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. The volcanoes are spitting peridot out, Randy. That's amazing. Make grab bags, sell on Etsy. That'd be a good idea. Yeah. If you're interested, whenever I got my Never Need, there were some coupons in there. If you're interested in getting a Never Need, let me know and I'll send you the coupon. Though I guess I could just post it. Okay, so now I'm going to try spritzing it first. And then putting the paint on. Because science. proud Lord said. I love my Never Need. It makes a huge difference. It's something that I probably would have, it was gifted to me very generously. It's something that before I had it, I probably would have never invested in because the price was so daunting. But now that I have one, it's a total game changer. Grab bags don't need a theme, just stuff. Lara's like, science! Yep, just plain straight water. And then we're going through using the Lumiere by Jacquard halo colors. I have them in pink, blue, and violet. Who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Me a cat of a different coat. Yeah, I like it with the water on first. See how it kind of spreads? It's all the truth I know. It's a coat of red, a coat of gold. The lion still has claws, and a mile long and sharp my lord, as long and sharp as yours. Ooh, it's so pretty. Right? The blue does look really green, but it makes it's just super trippy. Art and stuff. Yeah, doing the water first, I think, is my favorite. And on the translucent, it pulls off, or at least on the Kato, it pulls off a lot more off the high points than what it does on the black clay. The purple, though, you know? But yeah, the green separates out. It's just, oh, so pretty. Are you down to the tree? Need I be free? Strange things have happened here. How stranger would it be to me at midnight in the hanging tree? Are you going to the tree? Lay down and down, so we could be free. Strange things have happened here. How stranger would it be to me at midnight in the hanging tree? I know. Claudia's like, looks like the color scheme on your lovely shirts. Thank you. I love my shirts, but that's why I like this so much, is because it's that crazy, different every time kind of. Now, you can run the risk of making it super muddy if you just mix everything together. It's almost, I'm not going to say that it behaves like watercolors, but it does behave a little crazy sometimes. So I kind of just splotch it and let it be. Are you coming to the tree? Run and die, so his life could flee. Strange things have happened here. How strange could it be to me at midnight in the hanging tree? Are you coming to the tree? Hey, Hasten. Strange things have happened here. How stranger could it be to me? And so I just do this, and then I leave it alone. And it's going to dry, and it's going to be something super cool, hopefully, maybe. Strange things have happened here. How stranger could it be? Yeah, I'm still streaming. I missed doing the super long streams. I feel like that's when, it takes an hour just to get into the groove of things. Do you have to wait for that to dry before you can bake it? No. But I do anyways. Sorry, I gotta stop shaking. And you can kind of speed things along by just blotting up where there's a big puddle. Night, Ria. Strange things have happened here, a stranger. See, it kind of leaves the gold pigment behind. At midnight in the hanging tree. But I feel like this will help it to dry just a little faster if it doesn't have all that water sitting on it. Yeah, doing the water, favorite thing. Oh no! I didn't put it on a piece that I could lift up. Crepe. Okay, gonna try really hard to get this transferred over without messing it up. Fuck. Okay. I think I'm just gonna have to leave this sitting on its surface. Drat. Oh, Sparky says, what happened to blotting it with watercolor paper? I don't have any watercolor paper on hand right this second. Yeah, it's stuck to my surface. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm actually going to... Where my scissors at? I know, right? So pretty. So I'm gonna reach and try to not get my clothes in it. Are you coming? So is that good for me? Strange things have happened here. How strange could it be? Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Sparky. That's a good point. Ooh. Come on, tape. Okay, so I'm going to set this off. Ooh, I don't want too much stuff to run. Ooh, see how that little bit ran away on me? Heat gun or blow dryer? Yeah, but I don't want the stuff to run too much. I'm just getting it folded under so I can slide it. I'm going to show you guys my ceiling right quick. Ooh, such a nice ceiling. But you can see over here, on top of these little pieces, this is one that we did at the beginning of the stream, and it's completely dry now. And, that's just so pretty. Oh, what? Lydia says, or Strangefeed says, you're still here. Yippee, I received my cup. Thank you. Oh, did it arrive okay? Like all in one piece? I hope. Same exact paints, you guys, that we used on this got us these results. So changing makes a huge difference. Slide it in there, it's less likely to get cat fur and stuff on it. Slip a 28 gauge wire under. Ooh, it is. It's acrylic paint. It's Lumiere Halo Pink Gold. I think I actually like the translucent better, but I usually love pigment on black clay, right? Yvonne, do you use USPS to ship items to people? I do. And they can be turds sometimes. But check out how pretty that came out though, you guys. Are you coming to the train? And then this is the one we did a little after that. You can see it still has some wet spots. So I'm going to let it sit just a little. So it's acrylic rather than out. It's acrylic. Which, if you guys are interested, I will add it to, I have an Amazon affiliate store where instead of me having to list individual links, you can go and just visit my store. I'm going to start linking it in the videos and stuff, and that way you can click on that and see the things that I use most frequently. And these paints, I'll go ahead and get them added in there. The different tools that I use every time. Right, Ton? And I'm making a fairy house I had done a bypass the giveaway to where you could pay and just get a fairy house made, and I think I'm going to be using those color schemes. Oh gosh, yeah, on Leslie's fairy house. So that's why I haven't gotten it made yet, is because I've been experimenting, because I wanted to see how peacock feathers bake, to see if I could encase them in like clear clay, and like I'm trying a bunch of new stuff for your fairy house, so lots of science is happening. Very messy science. I love coffee so much. This burnt bean water is the best. And my hubby said y'all can come live with us in the cabin. You're sweet. Don't tempt me though. Yes, add it, please. Okay. How do those colors go on leather? They actually, this one shows up in the green tone only. So it's, I will do a video. Time to jump in traffic and get home. Ciao. Drive safe, Yvette. Okay, so I'm going to get this flipped around so that y'all can see how I am doing the cabs. Sorry, I want to make sure that it's not getting the fan noise, but I still want you to be able to see what I'm doing. You're foggy today. Maybe clean camera lens. Nah, it's just my complexion. And this is one that I shaped out. I was lusting after the Jessima tutorials on her cutters. And then I was like, well, I've got some extra round ones. I can probably just bend them a bit. Make my own little die cutters. And then I just position it and press. Position. And I try to strategically set it up. That way I can fit another little one here. And another little one in there. Because these are perfect for, not everybody likes huge jewelry, and I respect that. I just like making huge jewelry. Also, this is another thing that the little clear press can come in super handy because you can see my hand marks up. I put quite a bit of pressure. I'm just heavy-handed, I guess. But I'm just going to line it up. Press that. A lot easier on the hands. Thanks, Lara. No, I freaking... These are my new favorite thing. And then in the resin, I'm going to do a video on how to dome them with resin. And then I just want to see it like come to life. Because resin makes everything like super shinier. And I like this shape too. You need a unicorn cutter or arch rainbow shape, right? Yes. Are you coming to the tree? But I just love the way that they like pool around each other. And in the original tutorial that I had watched, the lady was applying this after baking, but it's like, I don't know if I would have gotten these same results. Oh, focus maybe? Like that right there, that blending, it blows my mind. This is my favorite thing about creating, is just being like, ooh, pretty, ooh, shiny. And so, then I'm going to come through and just press just slightly enough to push it through. Yeah. Mary says, can you show some of your finished jewelry? I can. Let me get these set off to the side, because now the next step is I have this big ceramic, or not ceramic, it's like a stone baking dish that my mom would skin me if she saw me using it for polymer clay, probably. Hey, peddler! Sean, it's been forever. How are you doing? Charlie, it's the hanging tree from the Hunger Games. So I'm just going to get all of these transferred over. But I love the stone because on paler clays where I don't want it to burn, I'll bake it for a little under what I normally would, and then take it out of the oven, and the heat from the stone, I feel like, continues to cure the clay. Right on. Well, I hope everything's going well. But I love it. I'm hoping that with resin, it'll look a little bit like dichroic glass. Because that's something that when people are like, what's something you don't do? And I'm like, fused glass. I would love to get a kiln and start doing that stuff. But not in the budget for now. Lydia, these are black polymer clay, like just straight black polymer clay, imprinted with a rubber. Put links in the video description after the live stream, and they'll be in my Amazon store as well. I haven't, Brissy. I just got air bricks in, and it's on my list of things to get to. The Halo colors, the Lumiere by Jacquard, they have it violet, blue, and pink. And you just kind of put it on there, and then, yeah, the leather tools do make really nice shapes, and I have, where are you at? I know you're in here somewhere. I used you just a minute ago. We have, like, this one. When is the next class at Tandy? I'm not certain. But with these ones, the leather tools, it's really difficult to get them out without it distorting. So I'll show you real quick, though, a way that we can do things with that. Un momento. But I only like using the resin to dome the flat pieces. Oh, I'm officially sad and excited today, says Strange Brew. My son and his little family now live in Guam the next few years. I'll have to get my passport, but dang, the tickets are yeesh. I hear you. That's so cool. They have a microwave kill on Amazon. Yeah, it's just out of the budget, and I don't want it to sound like I'm not sad. I'm happy that we have a budget, but I just have to follow the budget extremely strictly for the next 2.5 years, and then we'll be a lot freer. What is it that Dave Ramsey says? Live like no one else so you can live like no one else. But even though things are going really well in our Etsy sale, like everything is going really well, we're keeping it on a really tight budget so we can, because I don't know how sustainable YouTube or Patreon or any of this is. So I'm trying my best to get as much out of it as possible, like desperately, like every penny going towards, if it's not for a house bill or a grocery that's within our meal plan, we don't spend it. So whenever you have something that is a really cool shape, ooh, oh, that's cool, Brissy. I'll have to check that out. If you have a really cool shape, but it doesn't have a plunger on the back, you can actually take old baggies and position them. I'm actually going to use, oh, this one will be cool for like a finger ring. And you just position the baggie over it, and then you take the cutter and you place it, and you try really hard to press evenly, and you can see it almost gives them the look of like a beetle wing, but you can see how it forced it into doming. Now resin wouldn't sit on that, but I can use a clear glaze or something, and you can see the clay didn't get stuck in our cutter either. But I want to make a bunch of tiny little cabochons like this, and then do them on like a spirally fairy house roof. So that's what I'm going to try to use a lot of my clay for, the scrap clay this time. So but on that note, I'm going to get this flipped around. I know I said I was going to show some of my finished jewelry, so I am going to show that real quick because it's also shameless promotion for our Etsy. Oh, okay. I'll check that out, Crystal. Thank you. Oh, Jim. That's a brilliant idea. I don't want to smush any of the tabs that I made. This is a piece that I made that I'm really proud of. It's labradorite set in polymer clay on a pre-made cute little cord with some little Celtic knots and stuff. You can see it sits really nicely. So that's one that's up for sale on my Etsy. This is one that I actually made years and years and years ago. I handmade the polymer clay beads. It was my first time with lentil beads. Did you really, Sabrina? Oh my god, I haven't checked my sales yet, but congratulations, Sabrina. That's how it looks. It's yours now. But this one I thought was a really nice, like, long necklace. So you can wear it like one of those hippie necklaces, or you can wear it as a wrap necklace because it still has a clasp on it. Oops, battery power is low. I'll plug you back in then. Okay. You can unclasp it and wear it as a wrap. Oh, I don't do that anymore, Sean. We ran out of space in our nightbot. I wrapped my hair around it, so you can wear it as a wrap necklace, either at different lengths or stacked together for if you like something shorter. Right? Bob's forever. You can wear it as a bracelet. Ah, thanks, Mary. But it also has red jasper. It's very, very earthy. It has brecciated and red jasper in among with it as well. So that one's up on my Etsy. We have a few more of these ones from the tutorials that I had done. I like that idea. Get a quote bot. So these ones are a lot of fun. Just a nice little agate necklace, and you can wear them however short. Like you can wear them, this is the shortest this one will go, about right there, and then the longest it'll go is about right there. So right around cleavage length of Vaughanisms. We also have this one still up for sale. Holy crap! Ah! Hey! So I'm finally getting to see a live stream. It's been so long. Hope all is well. I've missed you. I hope you're doing awesome. Oh, that's a nice idea, Claudia. But thank you so much. But yeah, so there's that one for somebody to take home. There's this one that's up on my Etsy for the flat wire tutorial. You can see this one being a bigger piece naturally sits a little longer. That's it on its shortest sending. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to check my sales because apparently a lot of this stuff is sold out. It is big, but some people really like big statement pieces. I know that especially like, you know, if you have a lot of boobage, sometimes you can just, ooh, I had no idea, Emma. I'm gonna have to try that. Yeah, this one's definitely, it's a statement piece, faux show. But I had a really big rock, so I had to wrap it. And so that's it on its longest setting. Do what? You missed earlier. Yvette was hyper and just screaming spank rating. Always more tutorials. And I'm really excited that even with the vlog, so that's some of my finished jewelry, to answer that question. But even with doing the vlog, like 3 videos a week on the vlog, I'm still maintaining daily tutorials. Vaughn loves all rocks and cannot lie. Are you accepting custom wire wrapping orders yet if I send you semi-precious stones and materials? Yeah, I think so. If I start to get, like, just know that if you, like, be sure to specify if you have a time limit. And then we'll be able to figure out from there whether or not I can work within the time limit. Because I don't want to say, yeah, I can do custom work, and then get, like, a bunch of stuff, and all of them be like, we need this, like, a week from now. And I'm like, I can't even ship that fast. So, but, that being said, I'm gonna go have lunch. I'm pretty hungry. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I think I'm gonna keep doing, I can't make any promises, but I really liked this live stream, like being a little bit longer, a little bit more chill. I'll need to win the fairy pool garden next week. Yeah, that is the big seashell tree with the waterfall and stuff is going to be Tuesday's giveaway. So good luck to everybody. May the odds ever be in your favor. I'm going to go eat some food. Thank you for hanging out with me, and have a beautiful day, you guys. All y'all, give yourselves a big hug from me. My email address is backtoothcreations@yahoo.com. Bye. Bye for Bug. Bye Katie. Bye Zombie. Bye Joe. Bye Lara. Bye Nancy. Bye Colleen. Bye, Abigail. Get better so you can go home and craft.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Jill.